Hi, welcome to Allbrands After Hours with me, Courtney Douthat. Welcome to the show where we usually hang out and craft together. We usually do ScanNCut crafts though, so if you have a project you're currently working on, no matter what it is, go ahead and grab it. Let's craft together. Today's project, we're going to be making a koozie. I'm very excited about this because, you know, the new year, everyone says I'm going to work out and do all that. Well, what better than to give someone a koozie for their water bottles that they can take to the gym with them? Or if you're like me, you didn't make that New Year's resolution and you're just going to put your drinks in there. There might be water one day, but right now it's usually Dr. Pepper. Anyway, so let's show you that. I'll show you guys actually how to use glitter on top of glitter. If you watched our 10 things I wish someone would have told me when I started with ScanNCut video, I kind of went over quickly how you can't put a glitter on top of a glitter, but I'll show you a workaround today about it. So before we do any of that fun stuff, we need to make our design. So let's go ahead, head over to ScanNCut and choose what our design's going to be. So as I want something a little bit more intricate, my intricate designs, I think they are right here, and then we come down one, and then come right here. How fun are these? Now remember, the more intricate the design is, the more weeding you're going to have to do, and the longer it's going to take to cut it. So, let's see. I like that one. That one's cute. That's cute. Well, now I'm thinking my koozie's pretty, pretty tall and not super wide, so it would be cool to do like one that's like a little bit more of an oval so I can take up more space of it instead of just doing a circle. Like I like that one a lot, but I don't think it's gonna take up as much room as I want on my koozie. Oh, that's pretty. The hard part is picking which one. There's so many cute ones. Sorry. That's cute. This one's cute. Let's see. It would be super easy to do. Yeah, maybe I'll do that one. That's cute. Now, our koozie we need to measure out. And I always tell you guys the easiest way to measure something is just grab one of your mats. They've got the ruler on here, so we could just take our thing, put it straight on here. It goes to a 4.5 in width. And then for length, we're looking at a 6. Well, I don't want that because this koozie, I'm going to have to sew the sides of it. You flip it inside out, sew the sides. So I need to make sure in my head I'm putting that seam allowance there. So I don't want to get as close to that. So maybe I would want to go to like a 3 width, the longest, or the largest, and possibly a 5. So we have a 3x5 to work with. Now we can do our design. My koozie's a 4x6, so I know I can make that height go a little further down. Let's do maybe like a 5.5 around there. That way it takes up a lot of my koozie. Cute. Okay, and then it makes our width a 4.65. That's not gonna work because I need it to be under that. So shrink that down. Maybe a 3.5. Perfect. So now it gives me a little room for my seam allowance. Perfect. And the 4 height, perfect. We're gonna hit set. Alrighty. Now, if we were smart, since we're doing glitter on glitter, let's go ahead and hit add, go to pattern, and we come here to our fonts. So now we can select which font we want. I think, no. Let's go see our other fonts, because if you remember, if you scroll down one, here's some more fonts right here. Cute. I don't know if those are the ones I want. Let's go back to the other ones. So I think I like this one. So we're gonna hit my initials, but we're gonna do them individually so we can size them individually. So C, set. We're gonna hit add, pattern, back to the font we liked. D, okay, set, add, pattern, font, back to the font we liked, R, okay, and hit set. Okay, so there's my initials lined up perfectly. But if you know anything about initials, you know that usually when they're lined up like this, you take the middle one and make it a little bit bigger. You don't have to, but that's just, I don't know if it's a southern thing or something. So let me show you how to do that. We go to Object Edit, we go to Resize, and then we're gonna make it a little bit bigger. That's actually perfect. I love that. However, that is a lot bigger than this. And if I wanted to sit inside of there, well, that's gonna be an issue. So, actually, I do want to make it a little bit bigger. I'm actually going to hold down this. What is this button? This is if I want to resize one direction at a time instead of all together like breathing. So I'm going to select that because I feel like my D is getting too wide for what I want, but I want it a little taller. So I'm going to go for the taller, a little bit taller, but I'm going to make it a little bit thinner. So it sits between those, that C and R way better. So I think maybe a little thinner. Perfect. So I'm going to hit OK, and I'm actually going to go OK, and then come here, which lets me select multiple. So I'm going to select this one and this one. Oops, this one, and this one. And that way I selected all my initials. I'm going to select OK, Object Edit, and then I'm going to come here. What is this? This is your alignment tool. So this is going to allow me to align those to make sure they're perfectly aligned. So we're going to do this button so we make sure that is perfectly aligned together. And we do that one to make sure that is perfectly aligned. So now they're perfectly aligned going both ways. We can hit OK. So I'm going to ungroup these guys, or I'm going to unselect them all, hit OK, and then I'm actually going to manually select my C. And then go to these directional keys, and I'm going to move it over because I feel like the machine says that's where it's supposed to be, but my eye says it's not. So I'm going to just move it over just a little bit. Perfect. Hit OK, and then come here, select these other guys too, hit OK, and now I'm going to Object Edit, and I'm going to wheel them together. So now they're one piece all together. We're going to bring them over here, and I'm actually going to resize them inside of our other item. Like that. I think a little bit smaller might be good. Cute. Maybe if I go over just a little. This is where those directional keys are nice. Hit OK. Now I'm going to ungroup those because I think I want the D a little bit bigger. That's the fun part of this, is you can customize it exactly like you want. So I'm going to hit the D, and I'm going to resize. Perfect. Come here, go to my C, hit OK, and I'm going to come to my directional. Now, if you can't select an item or you feel like it's hard to select something, you can actually come here to these selects, and it will go through each one of the items and let you select them. I'm going to come here, I'm going to push that over just a bit. Felt like it was a little crammed on there. Come to my C, if I can't select it or feel like I can't reach it, come there and we can do select. Okay. How cute is that? That's so cute. And you can kind of be finicky with it until you feel like it's perfect. Perfect. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's so good. Now, since our design is directional, we're going to hit Edit. We're going to select everything. Object Edit. And then we're going to flip. Because remember, we cut vinyl, heat transfer vinyl backwards, because we flip our design backwards. We're going to hit OK. OK again. So depending on what you have, you could use the black multi-purpose auto blade, or you could use the light blue vinyl blade. I use the light blue vinyl blade when I'm doing vinyl because I do a lot of vinyl. So buying that kit was worth it for me. But if you don't have that kit, then you can use the black auto blade. It will work great too. This one's just a little bit more detailed. But again, if you're using a lot of vinyl or doing a lot of vinyl projects, this is a good idea to invest in. But if you're not, there you go. Alrighty, so put that one over there. We're going to put our blue one in there. Click it down. Okay, so now we're going to take our vinyl. Remember, shiny side, matte side. I want to cut on the matte side because that clear part, remember, that's what's holding me together. So we're going to put this on there. Oh, not on my low tack mat. Courtney, get it together. Let's see. Alright, so we're going to use our standard mat. So we're going to take our vinyl, remember mat side up, and we're going to put it on here. Looks good. If you want to be extra sure your mat's getting a little dirty, you can always get your brayer tool. And just make sure she's on there good. Okay. So we have our mat, and we can load her in. Because I want to scan in right here. I want to scan in my mat so I can see what's on the back of my mat. Alright, so if you see right here, there's our scanned in vinyl, and our design fits perfectly on there. I don't even have to move it. But say that I felt like it was a little bit too much off this side or down below, then I can go ahead and move them. So this feature is super helpful if you've got like little small vinyl bits. I keep everything. But it's helpful if you have that to be able to use those. So I could just put them anywhere on my mat, scan it in, I can take all my designs and put them exactly on here and know that they're gonna fit so I can use those little bitty bits. All right, so everything looks good. I'm gonna hit OK. Please select. What do we wanna do? Cut, draw, emboss. I want to cut. All right, half cut is on and start. So I will actually be in our Bossier City location this coming Thursday. So if you're seeing this video the Saturday that it's posted, that coming Thursday, I will be in Bossier City doing a ScanNCut class. I'm very excited. That is our newest store under the Allbrands umbrella. So I'm excited to visit that store, do a fun ScanNCut class. People are always like, well, I can watch your videos. Videos are great, but it is kind of cool to be in person, and then that way I can answer your questions back and forth as we're doing projects, where it's a project-based class. We're going to have a lot of fun. So if you're in that area, in Bossier City, I think it's near Shreveport, definitely check out that class, call the store, and see if there's any availability, and come hang out with me in person and have some fun and do a ScanNCut class. Okay, so we've got our vinyl that's been cut. We're gonna pull. You should do a weeding box around it. It's just a little box that shows you where things are at, but I'm impatient and I forget things. So, we're pulling. Oh, this is so cool. It's like weirdly satisfying. Look at that. The more we pull, the more our design comes out. Now, you should probably have it on the table and gently, pull it out, but like, it's the outer bit, and I know my machine cut it out perfectly, so I just do that. Like, how crazy is that? Okay, so now that we have that, this is a little trick from me to you. So what you can do is you can actually take your vinyl off the mat, and then you can roll it. Not like bending it in half, but like roll it a little bit, and then usually sometimes those vinyl bits will pop up, or at least you can see them better, and then put your finger under there and just start pulling the little bits out. I don't even know if you can see that. This is where something like this little weeding tool right here, this is where this comes in handy, so you can go and get all the little bits, and it's pretty quick. So I like to bend it, roll it just a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. If I move my finger, you might be able to see that. And then I just come with my weeding tool and just go pop and pop out the little bits I don't want. So I'm gonna sit here and maybe watch a show and weed this out. Okay, I've weeded out all the little bits of this thing, and here's proof. It's all over my sweater. That's gonna be fun to get off. So, okay, so we have our little design, my initials, that actually you'd be able to see if I hold, haha. So, if we had our koozie, oh my god, there's so many little bits. If we had our koozie like this would be the bottom, so then we would put it right here, like right there we go. Iron it on, iron the first part, and then take our pink, which is already cut. I just need to weed it out, and then later on there, but I'll show you how to do that. First, I need to weed out the pink. All right, so my cut is over here, and what I'm doing is I'm just going to cut around it, so that way I'm not having to waste a ton of vinyl, because I still want to keep this. I mean, these pieces get smaller and smaller, but I keep them in an organizer. Look at that. How cool is that? So easy to weed. There we go. I keep them in an organizer, so then that way if I need just a little bit of pink or just a little bit of another color, I have them organized. How cool is that? I literally just, oh, is it better on my hair? There we go. how easy was that to cut out? So if I actually laid it on top of here, I could just perfectly put that on there, so that way there's no glitter on top of glitter, it's all the way through. So let's go ahead, heat up our iron, and iron this down. So we have our design, and we're going to put it on our koozie, kind of align it as best you can. You can measure out if you want. This is for me. I'm just gonna put it on there and kind of eyeball it to see where I want it. Now, to the left of me, you see that I have this spare piece of cotton fabric. Nothing special about this. This is just a piece of fabric that I had nearby, so I'm going to use it as a protective layer between my iron and the plastic part of that vinyl. We don't want to put an iron straight to that vinyl because it's not going to be pretty, especially if your iron's on a very high heat. We want a high heat so we can activate the glue that's on the back of this vinyl. We don't want to have a low temp iron and not heat up the glue properly. So a pretty high iron temperature, that way it's heating up the glue properly, but we're going to put that cotton layer there to protect that plastic that's on that vinyl right now from our iron. Now we've taken the clear topping part of the vinyl off in between sealing them in. So our iron was super hot, sealed in there. We didn't need that clear part anymore, so we took it off. Now I could have done a better job aligning my vinyl of doing it with one hand. Now we're going to put right sides together of the koozie, do a 1/4 seam allowance down each side to close it up. Okay, so we've got our sides sewn up now, just perfectly sewn, so we're going to flip her inside out. And I need to cut my little strings that I have. All right. I love this part. All right. Oh my gosh, that came out so cute! You know I'm excited when I get like a deep voice where I'm like, how cute did that come out? And the cool thing is we had the other side, so even though we've already sewn this side up, we could still flatten it out like this and do this side if we wanted to. So you could have something on this side and something on this side. But how cute did this come out? It's so good. I love it so much. And we had glitter on glitter, technically glitter on glitter, but remember we cut all the way through, so there's not any glitter sitting on any glitter. So she's perfectly done. I love the silver. I feel like I should hold it closer. I love the silver. I love the glitter on this. And how cool will this be when you have your water bottle in there or your adult beverage bottle in there and going around, and everyone's going to know that that is your koozie. But how cool would this be for a teacher's gift? I've done teacher's gifts with them. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's project. Please let me know in the comments down below if you're going to try it or what project you're currently working on. I'm nosy and I like to know. So let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe so we know to keep doing this. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye!